Hi, welcome to In Between Thoughts. Today we're going to talk about something I think a lot of people quietly start believing after being hurt enough times. The idea that they're difficult to love. And honestly, I think that's one of the saddest things a person can start believing about themselves. Because people are not born thinking they're too much. People slowly learn it. Maybe from feeling ignored. Maybe from constantly feeling misunderstood. Maybe from asking for reassurance and being made to feel needy for it. Maybe from expressing emotions and being told they're too sensitive. And after hearing things like that enough, people slowly start shrinking themselves. They stop expressing needs, they stop communicating feelings, they stop asking for reassurance. Because somewhere along the way, they became scared that having emotional needs would make people leave. But wanting communication does not make you difficult to love. Wanting reassurance does not make you difficult to love. Wanting effort, consistency, honesty, and emotional connection does not make you difficult to love. It makes you human. And I think one of the saddest things people do is slowly abandon parts of themselves just to become easier for other people to handle. They become quieter, smaller, less expressive, less honest about what they need, not because those needs disappeared, but because they became scared of being too much. And this feeling does not only come from relationships either. Sometimes friends can make you feel this way. Sometimes family can make you feel this way too. Sometimes the people around us simply do not understand us emotionally. And honestly, that can hurt deeply, especially when those are the people we naturally want support, comfort, or validation from. But I think one of the hardest things people have to learn is this. Not everybody has the emotional capacity to understand you in the way you want to be understood. And that does not automatically mean something is wrong with you. Some people avoid emotions, some people struggle communicating, some people were never taught emotional vulnerability, and sometimes people simply cannot meet you at the depth you exist at. But instead of realizing that, people often blame themselves. They start wondering, am I too emotional? Am I asking for too much? Am I too hard to love? And eventually they stop asking whether people are capable of understanding them and start believing they're the problem. And I think that's what hurts the most. Not just feeling misunderstood, but slowly starting to misunderstand yourself too. Starting to believe your emotions are a burden. Starting to apologize for things that make you human. Starting to convince yourself that needing love, reassurance, support, or connection somehow makes you weak. But it doesn't. Because humans were never meant to go through life completely emotionally alone. We naturally want connection. We naturally want understanding. We naturally want to feel safe around people. And there is nothing wrong with that. I think people sometimes spend so much time trying to be easy to handle that they forget they deserve to be understood too. And not everyone is going to understand you. Not everyone is going to emotionally meet you where you are. But that does not take away your value. It just means not everyone has the ability, emotional depth, or willingness to love people in the way they need. And maybe one of the most important things to remember is this. You are not difficult to love. You were just asking the wrong people for things they were unwilling or unable to give. And that says more about emotional compatibility than it does about your worth. So if you've started believing you're too much lately, I want you to hear this. You are not too much. You are not difficult to love. You are human and you deserve to feel understood, valued, and emotionally safe. I'll see you in the next In Between Thoughts.